Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the program. It is time once again for Midnight's Edge After Dark. We have a panel of esteemed gentlemen with us thus far, and who knows, we may be joined by more. But for now, we have Clobbering Times with us. How you doing, sir?
Hey there, everybody. Good. Thanks for having me here. Good to see you, my good friends on the panel, and fantastic chat out there. I'm okay, man, and I'm glad to be here. Hello, everybody.
We're always glad to have you, and welcome, friend. We also have with us Nick Weiser, all 32 flavors of him. How you doing?
Flavors and all, I am feeling very cowabunga right now. So happy to be here. Hail to the chat. I see our wonderful mods, D-Bud, Goddess of Whim, a few others. Thank you all for being here. Tom, thank you for having me. And always good to hang out with you, Clobby Culture. Obviously, we got a very interesting award show that's somehow still alive to talk about. And I look forward to engaging on that.
Yes, indeed. And we're glad to have you. And yeah, Cowabunga says it all. There's actually some movies that people have seen, so this might be an interesting awards season, but we'll get into that shortly. We also have joining us tonight a wild Culture Casino. How are you doing?
I'm pretty mellow. I don't know about wild. I'm feeling
Well, you're wild because we're not used to having you here, so it's a wild appearance.
Okay.
Are you here because Mikey's not?
Hey, I don't know where Mike is.
I know where Mike is.
Oh, all right. Well, where is
Mike is at most times? He's hanging out with Brian right now, Popcast.
Oh,
they're having lunch.
Whatever.
Yeah. So yes, we have many regulars filing in here. I see Goddess of Whim. I see D-Bud Martin here. I see Mecha J, Michael Gonzalez. We've got Hamdinger, Isaac Lemon, Dr. Shag, Dr. Shadow Dragon, if I could talk, Phoenix Knight, Inverse Option, Joshua Hammond, so many more. Thank you for being here, guys. Hit that like button if you haven't already. We appreciate that. When is Mikey coming to see you? I don't know. Get a hold of him. Ask him. He's traveling now. I don't know where exactly he's at per se, but he was in California somewhere. So yeah. And yeah, Maverick is up for Best Picture. I know that had to make Culture Casino a little giddy this morning.
It did, but dude, they still shunned and shut out Tom. They didn't give Tom the love he deserves.
I'm not
the
surprised.
The academies are jerks. Big old jerks. Yeah. But I'm not surprised. I mean, it's probably the only thing that, that really was impactful early on, for a very long time, actually, in the beginning of the 2022, and it carried over for quite some time. And it was a film that No One Can Die dominated the year. It didn't dominate this December, but it dominated for pretty much the entire year. I expect it'll be.
More importantly, Hamdinger brought up the Bros.
Yeah,
got snubbed, and so did The Woman King.
Yeah, well, the woman King,
do better, Hollywood, do better.
Yeah, but I mean, really, if they would have picked that film, they would have had to defend their choice because it is not based in reality, and they tried to make it a reality. So I think they didn't want to deal with that. I really don't.
Indeed, you might be right. Well, let's see here. We've got Gulf Coast Gypsy Music, who is now a member. Thank you for that. We appreciate that. And we also have the Walt Man here who says, "My God, Morty, what happened to you?" So I think this is in reference to the whole Rick and Morty fiasco. Yeah, I'm not going to get too deep into that, but they did let go of that individual who was accused of improprieties, let's say. Was that how you would put it, Culture?
Yes, impropriety, indeed. Yeah. Let me tell you this. I mean, if you think that's the only bad actor in Hollywood or even in animation, you would be very, very wrong. So it's
why can't you just show your penis off like normal people?
Yeah, exactly.
Like CK and
and
Tim
the Tool Man. That's right. Yeah. I mean, literally, he took his nickname.
Tool Man.
I still don't believe that, and it's fine.
I don't either.
I wish it was true.
Yeah, right. That's a funny part, Tom. I actually wish it was, but the thing is, I
actually
don't
think
believe
it's
it.
very fucking funny.
Oh, I hope it is. I'm just worried that I'm actually worried that it's just bullshit for Pamela Anderson to make her self relevant again. That's honestly, I think all that is. And man,
I
I'm
read
gonna
the
be so
statement. She
bummed.
said she laughed at the time, just like most of these women who come out 20 some years after the fact and say something.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so you
Boy.
validated him at the time and didn't say nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it goes.
Okay.
Especially nowadays.
But yeah, this whole Morty situation, I have very little to comment on. I don't know the guy's even the extent of his accusations. But Justin something or other was his name.
Oh, what happened now?
And another individual attached with Rick and Morty got some allegations.
Now, has there been anything proven to any of these allegations, or
I don't know.
this
I'm
just more
not
of the
up
mic
to
proof?
speed, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you actually have arrived on one that I don't care all that much about. I'm not a fan of Rick and Morty. So.
Yeah, Warrior Justice says she said Tim Allen, I think he means, showed his shaggy dog. Who?
Did he now?
Wow.
Must not have heard about that one.
All right. Well, let's break into this Oscar business.
Oh wow!
Because for those who don't know, it is the season for the Oscars. Fa la 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 la. Indeed. And we've got some surprising films that hopped up on the here there's prediction. I want the list. This is not what I wanted. Anyway, I grabbed the wrong
You want
thing
the
here.
nominations, yeah.
I don't want their predictions. I want the nominations. But anyway, there's actually some movies, as we teased, that got nominated that were kind of surprising, but I'm not surprised at the same time because, frankly, there wasn't much that came out this year. So, of course they are. And they need people to watch the Oscars, don't they, guys? So,
yeah,
one
they'd
quick
like
way
that.
of doing that, is to put movies in the categories that people know.
You know, here's the movies like Top Gun honestly would never have been in these type of categories had we not been in the current climate of social, political, theatrical, all you name all the O's. Because of the current situation, we'll say in general, Top Gun is only in there because of that. Not just because of how dope, because there's been so many movies that have done well like it, and it was never in this type of thing. Or if there was a super seldom and it wasn't clearly based on merit.
No, normally Top Gun would only get a nomination in like a technical category, maybe the music category. But surprisingly, it did get 5 nominations, but I predicted, and I personally was not surprised to hear that Everything Everywhere All at Once was the front runner with 11 nominations.
Of course.
I predicted that early on. I think Culture can back me up on that one.
Yep.
And joining us now, we have 70s Rock Fan. How are you?
Hey.
I'm very well, sir. Good evening, everybody.
Yo, dude.
You're sounding surprisingly sober.
I am surprisingly sober. We'll have to change that, especially before Toxic Tuesday.
There you go.
So yeah, we're just about to get into the nominations here for the Oscars.
Do it.
Actor in a leading role, because the nominations are Austin Butler for Elvis, Colin Farrell for Banshees of Inisherin, Brendan Fraser with The Whale, Paul Mescal for Aftersun, and Bill Nighy for Living. Now, I don't think half of us on this panel have seen most of these movies. I've seen Elvis. That's about it.
Yeah.
What are you guys' predictions?
I don't care. I haven't seen one of these films. I would like for Brendan Fraser to win.
I think he's going to win.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to watch The Whale. Now, here's what I've gathered from the Elvis movie. It seems like if you're casual or normie, it seems like people are mostly taking a like to it. Like I say mostly.
There's
always going to be someone. There's always going to be someone in the chat. Well, I didn't like it. not the point. The point is that it did do decent, and I was spot on. I remember making my prediction on what it would make, and I ended up being spot on what it would make at the box office. So that all said, now it seems like if you're an Elvis fan, like a big fan, it seems like they seem to be the ones that are not as wild about this movie. Like my girlfriend's family, they grew up on Elvis, and they are not wild about this movie. Like I couldn't
I
tell
have
you
a
why.
feeling
'Cause
I know
know
why.
nothing about. I know nothing about Elvis besides
It's twofold.
5 songs.
Because I enjoyed the film, but
Okay.
the big fans, they don't like it because it doesn't paint everything with a pretty picture.
Okay. But was it accurate?
It is probably one of the most accurate Elvis biopics out there, but it also does make some shit up for no good reason. So that's another reason why it pisses them off.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
found I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed Austin Butler. My good lady wife, who's a huge Elvis fan, wasn't so keen on him in the role. She just couldn't see him as Elvis. I thought his performance was actually really good.
Yeah, he won me over. At first,
Yeah.
when I saw the trailers and all that, I'm like, oh, he's too pretty.
Yeah.
But then you got to remember, Elvis was a pretty man.
I was
He
gonna
was,
say, shouldn't
yeah.
that be typecast if anything? If we're, if
You,
we're on
you
the
just kind
subject
of reminded that when you
pretty
see the movie, especially when you see him, like when they, impose him into like Elvis's older films and stuff like that. You start to really, and then the voice really sells it. Like the kid sounds just like Elvis.
Yeah, if it was me, I would give it to him, but they won't give it to him, probably.
No, I think The Whale is the runaway.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. I've not seen it yet, but Brendan Fraser, good lad.
I could be wrong, but
I've never heard of this Bill Nighy movie, though.
neither have I.
I'm just glad it says Nighy and not Bill Nye. I was
Yeah.
Bill Nye the Science
Nye.
Guy.
Bill Nighy.
This is the British actor Bill Nye, right?
Yes, Bill Nighy.
Yes, from cinematic classics like Shaun of the Dead.
Yes.
Actor in a supporting role.
Yes.
Brendan Gleeson from Banshees of Inisherin. I don't even know how to say it. Sheeran? How do you say that? That sounds like an Irish word.
It sounds like this diddly 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 potatoes.
Shut the fuck up, you Scottish bastard.
In a Sheeran.
In a Sheeran,
Judd?
thank you.
Judd
In a
Hirsch?
Sheeran.
Judd
Then we got
Hirsch is
Brian
still out there?
Tyree. Yeah, Judd Hirsch is still alive,
Wow.
at least for this movie. Brian Tyree Henry, Barry Keegan, and Ki Hu Kwan. Now, this is kind of
Yay, short round.
This is kind of an oddball category. This could be, I think a lot of people are thinking Key is kind of the key to win here. But yeah, I wouldn't count out Judd Hirsch or Brian Tyree Henry either in this, from what I've been hearing. I was kind of hoping Paulie would be here because he had some really good takes on a lot of this, and he's seen a lot of these movies, and he knows a lot of the people that are voting in this kind of crap. So,
Oh, that's cool.
so he had some pretty good insight. So I'm gonna steal some of his predictions here too while we get along, since he didn't show up. And we got actresses in lead role, aka the Jennifer Lawrence Award, I should say. I almost said Lopez there. Nominees are Kate Blanchett for Tar, Anna de Armas for Blonde, which is kind of a controversial one because that's that
Marilyn Monroe. Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe. Thank you, Andrea Riseborough as into Leslie. I've never even heard of that. Or is that to lesbian and they misspelled
It's
it?
not Into Leslie, it's To Leslie.
Oh,
Into Leslie would be a different film.
Michelle Williams for that. Yeah, I know, right? Michelle Williams. Well, anymore, you never know. Michelle Williams for Fablemans and Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. And this seems to be the shoe in here, most likely being Michelle Yeoh. Then supporting roles, we got Angela Bassett, Hong Xiao for The Whale, Carrie Condon, Jamie Lee Curtis, which is a surprise nomination because this is her first ever nomination, believe it or not. And then we got Stephanie Sue for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Now, the one that seems to be the probable is this one for some reason.
I think Jamie Lee.
That would be cool, but here's the thing with this. They've been talking about this since the movie came out, like even before the movie came out. So I think this nomination here is almost like the one that's predetermined no matter what.
Probably.
I'm
And
gonna
the
have
other
to
reason
side
I
with
s-
you on that, Tom, because if there's one thing between people who are not fans of the movie and people who are fans of the movie, they all agree that Angela Bassett, or at least
Yeah.
most of them, it seems a lot of people seem to like her so in the movie. So
Even if still she's kind of like Hollywood royalty
Yeah.
kind
oh
of
yeah.
thing.
Also her
But then
character got
again,
killed off. So
yep.
they might give her
It's a
that
gimme.
way because
Spoilers.
she wasn't a fan of that too. So that might be her makeup of a well, hey, since your character is, here's a little exchange.
Iced, baby. Ding, 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 ding.
And Goddess is asking for the link in the chat. Here you go. It's right off the Oscar website. There you are.
I just want to go back to briefly the best actor. That
Me.
Bill Nighy film actually looks quite interesting, so I'm going to have to look for that one. Living. It does look like an interesting.
Maybe he's got a chance to be an upset.
It received major kudos in the UK, and it's based on a Kurosawa movie.
Yeah.
But which was originally based on a Tolstoy novella, so it's got some chops, literary chops, and it's supposedly a career best performance. So you never
Maybe.
know. Outsider.
Might be a. But here's the other thing with this too is I've noticed, and this is not like a pure science or anything, but this is just going off of my Super Bowl science, I call it, of Oscars. Usually when two people are nominated for the same movie, somebody else gets it.
Cancels them out. Yeah.
It kind of cancels them out.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens. But we never know. Jamie Lee could pull a strange upset here. But Paulie seems to think that the strength is with Stephanie, if not with Angela. So
I think they should have to fight on stage to get.
Me
these
too.
Two of them should have to fight each other.
I think if they learned anything from the Will Smith, Chris Rock incident, is that all nominees should have to cage match for the win.
Yeah.
Dude, no, Hell in a Cell. We're gonna do a cage match, go all the way to the man. Hell
That's
in a
right.
Cell, Attitude Era
My
style.
money's on John Williams.
Hell yeah.
For best
He's a
actor.
scrappy motherfucker. He's been around. He knows how to fucking, use some moves.
Williams
we got
versus Mangold. That would be the
animated
fight.
feature was kind of surprising. We got Pinocchio from Guillermo del Toro, Marcel with the Shell with Shoes On, which is one that our good buddy Christopher Gore liked. Puss in Boots,
Oh
The
yeah,
Last Wish.
he was thrilled when they were announcing these this morning, and he was. First of all, I was surprised he was awake. I accused him of not going to bed the night before, but yeah, he was jumping up and down practically on the screen when Marcel the Shell with Shoes On was announced. I was like, wow.
Yeah. And then surprisingly, Puss in Boots also got a nod. The Sea Beast, and then Turning Red for some reason.
Oh, that's a red flag. Turning red. I don't think it's gonna win. I think that's that's a movie with some
It's the obligatory
some cat
nomination,
that had its period or some trash. And
It's bloody trash.
It was like, yeah,
It is.
I think that was there just to make a certain demographic happy. I think Pinocchio.
I think
also
so.
Pinocchio.
Sure.
Even though
I think
Puss
it
in
will.
Boots looked a lot more appetizing to my movie senses.
No, I think you're right. I think Pinocchio is going to be the one to win here. Then we got cinematography, All Quiet on the Western Front, Bardo, False Chronicle of Handful Truths, Elvis, Empire of Light, and Tar. This is kind of up in the air one. Maybe Elvis or All Quiet will take away this one. Funnily enough, this is weird. Top Gun is not nominated for cinematography. What the fuck kind of shit is that?
Too much whiteness, man. Too much America. Song sounds too patriotic. That's problematic.
Considering
and
90% of that movie is if not more than that, is practical shooting within the planes and outside of the planes and all that stuff, right? Culture.
Yes.
And they actually make special rigs for the cameras and everything.
Yeah, I'm unhappy about this. I figured you knew that I would be. Again, that everybody trained the way they did because of Tom, because Tom demands the ultimate in professionalism from everybody else. So very.
Yeah, and I know it's the Oscars, but like this is usually the category where stuff like Top Gun does get nominated.
Right.
And the fact that it is completely absent here is like a big what the fuck. I can't even believe Avatar's not on here, but I'm glad because it's good.
Yeah. Good point.
But yeah, I cannot believe that
Hmm.
it's not. So I'll give it to Elvis. This just out of pure whatever.
I think
But
All Quiet in the Western Front.
I think you might be
should get
right.
that.
It might.
I think it should win that one, to be honest.
And it's a war picture, and generally those do kind of win the cinematography awards, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Good God.
What
Yeah.
is it good for?
Well, and I was gonna say
Absolutely
I don't
not.
Hey, nothing.
predict all on the Quiet on the Western Front's going to win a lot of awards. It's going to give me a gimme award somewhere here and there, and this is probably one of them. So that's where I can see that happening. Then we got costume design for Babylon, Black Panther, Elvis, Everything Everywhere at Once, and Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. Chances are Black Panther will
We're gonna
get
give
it,
that to
but
Black Panther.
But we were saying earlier with Paulie that Elvis or Babylon probably deserves it more so.
They're gonna give it to
yeah.
Black Panther though.
They'll give it to Black Panther probably. Then we got Best Director. Martin McDonough for Banshees of Inisherin. Everything All at Once with Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. The Fabelmans with Steven Spielberg. Tar with Todd Field. And Triangles of Sadness with Ruben Östlund.
Huh?
Östlund.
Wow.
Östlund.
Never heard of him.
I think this is going to win.
Yeah.
I
And
could
again,
see that.
I predict
you're
it's
right.
sweeping all the major awards. The only one it won't get is that fucking
The supporting actress.
the supporting actress, because they got 2 nominees. Yeah, and yeah, that's usually how that works out.
Yeah.
So yeah, unless anybody thinks otherwise, I think that's a
Oh,
shot
I'm
yeah.
for
with
that.
you.
I think you're right.
Then nobody gives a shit about these. Film editing. Top Gun's in here, but I don't think it's going to win.
Can I see
Here's
the
the thing, I
documentaries?
can actually
Go back to
see
You
the
want to see
that
documentary?
happening. I can
Okay.
actually see that one happening, Tom, because most people don't care about
Just
that one.
Pop
So
back to the
that when they're like,
documentary.
oh, hey, look, we gave Top Gun
No,
something.
70s
They're-
wants to know about documentaries.
They're
here.
missing the best documentary feature film of the year, which was Dio
Night with
Dreamers
Bat
Never
Tom?
Die. The Dio movie should be in there, and they're missing it.
Oh, man.
Clearly, metal
You know
isn't
what
their
else is
thing.
missing here? Or was that the year before? Was Get Back.
That was
'Cause I
last
think
year.
Maybe that was the year
That was
before.
so late in 2022 that it does it. That should be in here.
I think
It should be.
it qualifies. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that was last year's. I
Or was
think
it last year? Yeah.
because it would have been to Christmas
But
last.
yeah, the
year
Dio
before.
movie should be in there, but I guess it's not artistic enough.
Yeah, guess not. Sorry about that.
Hmm.
And then so film editing. Yeah, it's hard to say with this one. It'll probably go to Everything All at Once though. Again, I think
Yeah,
it'll
I could
sweep
see
those.
everything like cleaning house on most of these.
I predict
Yeah.
it'll win at least half, if not more than half, of the awards it's nominated for. Then more stuff nobody really cares about outside of here's the Batman, one of its 2 nominations.
There's makeup and hairstyle. Wow.
So it's
Black
going to get the
Panther-
Suicide Squad award.
The whale's gonna get that one.
I think Black Panther is going to get this one.
Ah, you do. I think
think so.
Klobby is right. I think the whale will get it. Yeah,
Okay.
because
Hey,
of the whole
no.
thing with Brendan Fraser making him
Brendan Fraser.
fat.
It does look better. I agree with that. I do.
The only
agree
one
that it looks
close is
better.
how they made Tom Hanks look as Colonel Tom Parker in Elvis, and he got nominated for a Razzie, which I couldn't believe. So all right.
could.
That's weird.
I thought he was. This is one of his best performances ever. Period.
Yeah, I agree with Klobby more so in terms of how it looks, but it's just I just see because it's Black Panther and also since it did not hit the numbers that they're hoping for, this is their way of trying to prop up the movie for more acclaim.
Oh yeah. I didn't even see the whale. I'm just saying I'm throwing that out there as a speculation.
I
because
think
of-
so.
But you might be right, Nick, in the sense that they are going to want to throw Black Panther a bone
Could. Yeah,
And
for all the
two.
Wakanda stuff.
or
Yeah.
two. Yeah.
And then we got musical original score, All Quiet, Babylon, Banshees, everything, Fablemans. I don't think anybody really cares except for I didn't realize this, and I was pretty sure I knew, but I was like close. John Williams, he has not won anything since 1994.
Wow.
I thought it had been at least the early 2000s because I said, well, he hasn't won anything this
Wow.
century, and then I corrected myself and said, oh, maybe this decade anyway. And then Paulie went back and looked, and no, he has not won since Schindler's
my.
List.
Oh wow, that's correct. Not even for Harry Potter, huh? Wow.
I guess not. So I said, if anything, he might get it as a surprise gimme award because Lord knows how many years he's got left in him. But outside of that, I think it's a toss up. So yeah,
it's weird.
He's the most nominated person in the history
of all time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. It's weird we live in a time when there's a Steven Spielberg movie I've never even heard of.
Well, it was his passion project. It kind of got some mixed reactions, but it is nominated for Best Picture, I believe, which are around that now. But what it's about is loosely based on his actual life.
Gotcha.
So it's about how he decided he wanted to become a filmmaker. So it's very self-indulgent. For Best Music, we got Applause from Tell It Like a Woman. Then we got Hold My Hand from Top Gun, Lift Me Up from Black Panther, Natu Natu from RRR, which is RRR's only nomination.
Wow.
This Is Life from Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I think the winner will be much to Culture's happiness, Hold My Hand.
I actually agree with Tom, even though I don't honestly want to, because I thought that's the one song that was very out of place in the movie. Like, it has no place on the soundtrack. Like, it doesn't kill the movie for me, obviously, as I spoke very fondly of it. But when you hear that song and you hear the rest of it, it is really out of place. But because of that, it'll probably now win. It's like, great. The one thing I don't want it to win will be the one thing that it does win.
See, now I disagree with you, Nick, on this sense that I didn't like the song until I saw the movie. Okay. And I felt, okay, I see why this song's in the movie now.
Is this
and it actually plays into the score too? But anyway, go ahead, Seven.
Is it a cover of the epic Ruttles song "Hold My Hand"?
No,
because then it should deserve to win Best Picture.
Then it wouldn't be original song. 70s.
True.
No, I get where you're coming from, Nick. Because like compared to the other stuff that we had on the first soundtrack, like even "Take My Breath Away" is more poppier than this.
I think it'll be the Black Panther one. It's the Black Panther.
You might be right, but I think since Lady Gaga's won before, she is a woman, and Top Gun's not going to win shit.
Wait a minute.
I think this is the one place. Well,
it's going to win also too. They can't have Black Panther have too much acclaim, so they got to make it not look sketchy and not like, okay, hey, we can't win everything.
And every time I go to Walmart, I hear "Hold My Hand." That's the other reason why I think this.
Oh, you know what, Tom? You're right. At the Walmart in my ear, they play that freaking song all the time.
It is one of those songs. Right. And here we go to the Best Picture. This is it. This is the big one. Now this is where they expanded it for no good fucking reason, and we got so many goddamn movies.
It's ridiculous.
Okay, we got All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar, Way of the Water, Banshee of the Inisherin. We got Elvis. We got Everything Everywhere All at Once, Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking. And we're not going to care about anything.
Well, they're missing the best movie, which is RRR, but never mind.
Yeah, it did not get a nomination.
Except for the song, Not To.
Yeah, that was the only
thing, yeah. But the best picture, RRR, should definitely have been in there.
I'm going to predict Everything All Everyone
Else. Yeah, I think that's a safe bet right
I am pretty sure this is going to run away with most. Like I said, I bet you it's going to win 5 or 6 awards easy. And this is going to be one of the easy awards. Could be wrong, but it just seems like I've been saying it since I saw it. It hits all the right buttons. They did it on a budget. It was like an indie darling of sorts. And I'm sure Culture knows what I'm saying when I say it hits all the right buttons. So like it's going to be the movie.
Yeah.
So there we go, kids. That's the major Oscar awards for the nominations anyway.
I just don't want it to be Avatar that wins.
Yeah, me neither.
No way.
I don't think it will. Mecha J says, unless there's a slap 2.0, I don't see the Oscars getting a ratings boost. Actually, I disagree. And I was curious to hear Culture's take on this.
All right. So
I think that it will have a little bit of boost over the last few years because the movies that are nominated people have heard of, and that's it.
Well, and here's the weird thing, right? So initially I agreed with Mecha J this morning. I was like, this isn't going to help. And then I got to thinking, I'm like, this is the first time in a while, right, that we have films that people have actually seen that have a chance to win.
Exactly.
And I think that's the thing. And you know, there was even an article written about it today. And you know, there were articles, you know, leading up to the nominations that were essentially soliciting, you know, the Academy to consider films like Top Gun and Avatar and stuff like that, because to bring back people, because the show's dying. They know the show's dying. We know the show's dying. Terrible show.
Yeah, I mean, there's some still other notable awards we could go over, but at this point, I think we kind of beat it to death. But I mean, Top Gun also got nominations for sound, but so did the Batman and Avatar. So, and Elvis did as well. So that's up for, you know, that sense. Top Gun also got for visual effects. So that's a possibility there. Excuse me. But I think Avatar will win that one. I think that's the one Avatar will win. Writing, the nominees are All Quiet, Glass Onion, Living, Top Gun, and Women Talking. I think All Quiet will win there. Writing, on original screenplay, we got Banshees, Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is obviously going to be the winner. Fableman's Tar, and Triangle of Sadness. So unless anybody thinks otherwise, yeah.
I take it they're still doing the craft Oscars a few days before. Like
they usually do like the night before or whatever it is, and then they just usually show a little presentation. The technical awards, yeah.
Do they have a list of the special effects nominees or whatever?
Oh, special effects. Yes, visual effects. And I'd mention that one. That's the one I said I think Avatar is going to win. It's All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar, Batman, Black Panther, and Top Gun. So, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, Avatar will pull that one. That would
Avatar will win because they spent $400 million on some bitch. That's why.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, I hope John Williams wins because I think this is going to be one of the last chances he has to win. So
give him one more win out the door.
But yeah, culture, I think that's the case. That I think it's been a while since there's been movies that people have actually heard of or seen that. Yeah, I think there will be a bit of a boost, but I don't think it's going to be anything to write home about, Mecha J. I think I'm talking over the last few years, not like at their height.
Oh no, they'll never get back to those numbers. No, I mean, again,
Jimmy Kimmel's not a decent enough host to bring anybody in. So
yeah, I mean, you need, you're going to need every movie to be just balls out loved. I mean, you're going to need a repeat of like '94 to get back, you know. But Mexican Iron Man with a super chat. Look at that, $4.99.
Yes, and he says, for your consideration, Tanake Haratu, am I saying that? Tanesh Harate? Huerta. The dumbest role for villain in Indigenous Blue Water. Woke as fuck movie. Well, I heard the movie wasn't as woke so much as it was bad, Mikey, but yeah, you could be right.
It was also woke.
It was, huh? And then we got DJ Ronnie G, who's now a member. Thank you so much. And that is at the, let's see here if I could see it. It is a minimum effort puppy. So let's do a minimum effort puppy. I think I forgot to do a sticker earlier, so we'll do another sticker for our other new member as well. We'll do a board corgi and a minimum effort puppy. Dude, that's an Oscar-winning puppy. We'll do that one.
I saw 3 corgis today.
3 corgis?
Wild. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, make that 4.
4 corgis.
Board corgi is number 4. That's right. Thank you so much, guys, for becoming members. And yeah, so thank you for that. Hopefully we didn't miss anything in there. But the Razzies, that was brought up by, I think, Goddess of Whim. Why don't we run through that? Because there's a little bit of controversy with the Razzies.
See, this is actually going to be fun. I'm looking forward to this.
Well, it would be fun, but I guess they got themselves a little controversy going on here. So nominated for Worst Picture of the Year, Blonde, Disney's Pinocchio, Good Morning, The King's Daughter, and Morbius. Wow, Worst Actor.
Wait, they missed Thor, Love and Blunder and
Batman.
Black Panther. Yeah.
Worst Actor, Colson Baker, Pete Davidson. Yeah, he deserves it. Tom Hanks, Jared Leto, and Sylvester Stallone. Oh, somebody lied. They said he must be up for now. Supporting too.
Samaritan wasn't that bad.
We got Ryan Kira for Firestarter, Armstrong. Okay, this is the one I think they're talking about. Because she's like only like a kid. So everybody's freaking out.
Yeah. Yeah, you're allowed to nominate kids for being terrible actors. Sorry.
They are being paid for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as like they can be nominated to win for one. I gotta agree.
If
But
you're
like, there's
only-
some people out there that are just freaking out about this.
Yeah, but if you're only criticizing them for their performance, I see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, because like even I think it was like I can't remember which actor come out and said it, but like hopefully the actress can get past it and move on with her career, and hopefully you don't end her career with this horrible display
well,
or
she's
something.
not
It's
any
like just
good.
some fucking shit. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
I doubt anybody said that about Jake Lloyd when he got roasted.
They brought him up. They brought
Well,
him up.
Everybody picked on him. I
Really?
mean,
Oh, dude,
Well,
they
of
roasted
course,
the
it was
hell out of
never
him when he
them.
got
Nobody
roasted.
ever did. It was just no. Fuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, worst actress. We got Bryce Dallas Howard. Otherwise, Diane Keaton, Kira Scodelario. I've never heard of. And Alicia Silverstone's acting again.
Is she back? Really?
I guess
She did a
so.
movie? Oh,
And the
wow.
Queen. Then we got worst remake, rip off or sequel, Blonde. Both 365 days sequels of 365 days. This, okay. a Razzie Bogo.
Is
You
Blonde
gotta
a
hope
remake?
that wins. Then you gotta hope that wins.
I don't know. I
Blonde a
guess
remake?
I don't know. It's it's of a book, I thought, but I don't know about.
So
Or it's a
rip-off
play
sequel
or something
remake.
like that. Maybe I
don't
can't
know if
remember.
That's a remake. Isn't that the one about
It's about
Marilyn Monroe?
yeah, but it is kind of a remake of sorts. I think it was a
Oh.
TV movie or something like that, actually.
I'm not so sure.
Because it's
but
like
qualifies.
it's a fictionalized version of her story.
Uh-huh.
That's why people are freaking out. But anyhow,
No, I got you.
Pinocchio from Disney, Firestarter, and Jurassic World are also up for nods. And then we're supporting actress. We got Adria Arjona for Morbius. Lorena Bracco for voice only in
Bracco's still
Disney.
acting too. Jeez.
Pinocchio. Then
Why
we
are they
got
giving-
Penelope Cruz and Bing Bang Fang for the 355 and King's Daughter for Bing Bang Fan. Whoever that is. Bing Bing
How-
Fan.
How
That's
does
a name.
Thor and Doctor Strange and Black Panther keep getting passed over for all these reasons?
Don't know. We're supporting actor Pete Davidson, Tom Hanks for Elvis. That's where that was. Okay. Xavier Samuel for Blonde, Maud's son for Good Morning, and Evan Williams for Blonde. See, a lot of these movies I haven't even heard of outside of a few. Worst screen couple, Colson Baker and Maud's son in Good Morning. And Maud's son is a fucking name too? What the fuck? Both real life characters in fallacious White House bedroom scene, Blonde. Okay. Tom Hanks and his latex laden face in ludicrous accent in Elvis. I thought he did great. I'm sorry. Andrew Dominic and his issues with women in Blonde. And the two 365 days sequels both released.
Oh,
in
they've got to win
2021.
everything. They have to win everything now.
I was gonna say, I think
Cool.
Morbius is gonna be a runaway hit.
Worst directors: Judd Apatow with The Bubble, Colson Baker with Maud's son for Good Morning.
Is there a way that we could like just give Judd Apatow that award every year?
Yes,
It's a lifetime achievement, lack of achievement award. They should have a lifetime lack of achievement award.
Sorry,
lack of
How
achievement.
about-
Lack of achievement award.
How about a
Oh,
sad-
that's hilarious.
how about-
Write that down, culture for the
I'll write
Chamber
that down
House.
right now.
I got
Love
you.
it. How about how the Great Have Fallen award for Zemeckis, man? That guy did so much.
Yeah,
for
this is
Zemeckis,
reward.
man.
This reward is deserved with Disney's Pinocchio for
Oh
Zemeckis.
boy, I can't
Yeah.
believe, man. What the guy was so good in the '80s, man. He just dominated the '80s.
He got into that whole like I'm gonna make everything with computers shit, and he has not been
guess.
the same since.
Strong showing for Pinocchio, though, I think. A strong showing.
Yeah, and then Daniel Espinosa also for Morbius, and then we have
Pinocchio. I'm sorry.
worst screenplay: Blonde, Disney, Pinocchio, Good Morning, Jurassic World, and Morbius. There we go.
Jurassic World had a screenplay.
Dude, I love how
guess.
Jurassic World has so
Maybe.
many of them. Jurassic World and
No.
Morbius are gonna be like competing for who can be shittier.
That's,
Wow.
What's sad is this is probably the best of the Jurassic World movies.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad?
Isn't
It's
it?
probably the best of the three of the world movies, and yet it still doesn't
Wow.
come close to holding a candle to Jurassic Park 3.
The funny thing is, I actually think there are many, many worse movies out there than some of those.
Yeah, there
I
are.
actually agree with
Yeah,
you.
I can think
Actually,
of two of them
I
right
think
now that
that-
did get made.
Yeah, Claudia's right. All the Marvel movies we've gotten this
Or-
year were shit.
Thor: Love and Thunder has got to be almost the worst movie the whole damn year.
I had to sit there and debate which was worse, Doctor Strange or Thor.
I think Thor's, in my opinion,
Ooh.
Thor, buddy. But I'm not
I
gonna
came
argue
down
with
to
you
it.
much.
Thor was the worst. Yes, worst of the
Yeah.
two. Yeah.
And it's not even on here once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're protected.
And 70s has got to go eat supper. So
I gotta go eat supper. Yeah, I'm hungry.
I'll
I'm
see you in a
going.
few hours, 70s.
Yeah.
Yes. See you all on Toxic
Yeah,
Tuesday later.
on
for
True Lies, yes.
True
We're
Lies.
going to talk
boy.
about the James
Jamie Lee
Cameron
Curtis's
classic.
best performance.
Yes. Yeah.
Later.
I guarantee it. They were just too chicken shit to put a Black Panther on there because it's as bad as
Oh,
Thor: Love and Thunder.
agreed.
Oh, it's
Oh,
terrible.
you
The dialogue is
know they
god
were-
awful.
Yeah.
For what
Total
I've
tapes.
seen of it, I haven't
it's
seen the
garbage.
whole film. So but
That's the
everything
thing
is-
is, yeah, I've heard that's
It-
on a new level of
It's
shit.
probably as bad as Thor: Love and Thunder for different reasons. Again, both of them got ignored by
Yeah.
Razzies. Now I have no.
So did
respect for
Bros.
Razzies.
Isaac's right. Bros got completely
Oh, yeah.
scot-free, too.
Got it glazed
How
over.
the
You
fuck?
know what would have been great if not Namor got nominated for like worst actor or worst like
Should've been.
villain
Yeah,
or worst
Kenosh-
supporting
Kenosh-
He
actor.
should have been.
The Razzies are
Kenosh-
playing it too safe outside that kid. That's
Yep.
why I think that the kid even got keyed in on because they don't have any other controversial nominations on here. Let's be real.
Tenoch Huerta.
Yes, he should have been.
Nothing that could be controversial got nominated, or nobody that
How
could be
about-
overly controversial.
How about worst digital effect to cover a penis in a screenplay?
Oh Lord.
And you know, Nick and
You're not
Tom, they
wrong.
show their bias because I didn't think Stallone deserved a Razzie for Samaritan. He wasn't that bad. It was an okay movie. I mean,
That was bullshit
That
too,
doesn't
because I
belong to
loved
Razzie.
Samaritan. Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought it was
that doesn't-
good.
yeah, they just don't like him.
Oh, that's clearly what it. And he's an easy target. That's the thing is they're going for the easy targets.
Right.
They're not going after anybody who's not,
No.
basically who's protected. Because
They're
God
playing-
forbid.
They're playing it safe. You're right, Tom.
Once
And
you
that's
get
the only
Natalie
reason they're
Portman-
getting shit over a kid. What was that? Sorry, Clobby. Yeah, Natalie Portman and fucking
what's her
Thor.
name? And what's her name? And Thor, the other chick, Thor, whatever.
Yeah, who barely
Valkyrie,
even was
whatever.
there. Yeah.
Oh, the other plank of wood.
Tessa
Yeah,
Thompson.
Tessa, yeah. They don't get Razzies, but Stallone does.
I just keep thinking. I've nicknamed
Yeah,
her
that's a
three.
bullshit.
I've
Seriously,
nicknamed.
How the fuck does Tessa Thompson like
I
one expression face outside of her Creed movies? Like
I've-
that's the only movies where she has expression. Sorry, culture. Go on.
no. It's. I just wanted to say this. I've nicknamed her Three-Way in my mind, so it's hard for me to remember her actual name. now.
Well, Nick, you have to express when you're playing a deaf girl. How else is she supposed to express herself? No, I'm serious. She is. She's playing a deaf chick in
Do
those
not
movies.
make me spit out the cereal. I
She
almost
is.
did.
She is. She's playing. She is. Remember? That's the whole thing. She's a
Oh,
deaf
you're right.
musician.
You're right.
Well, she's going deaf, let's say. Anyway. No, you're right. There's so much on that should be on here that's not. I totally agree. They got off light. The Razzies are even becoming a pale shadow of what they used to be,
They're
sadly.
no different from the Oscars.
You know what? It's funny because Sylvester Stallone might get the last laugh next year when he probably gets nominated and wins for Tulsa King. Because
Yeah.
I was giddy when I heard that Kevin Costner won this last year for Yellowstone. I'm like, good. Because classic non-woke, overly fucking manly fucking TV needs to come back. Even though Yellowstone is the equivalent of Dallas back in the day, that both women and men love it. But you know
Yeah.
what? 90% of the men in that show are manly men and they don't apologize for it.
No.
Same thing with all of Taylor's other shows. So this is such a refreshing time for television. The most watched show last year was Yellowstone. So that's a good sign to me. That means America has had enough of this shit. They don't care. They just want to watch good fucking TV. They want to see things like that. You know, that's what I say when most of New York and California forget that there's this huge middle America, right? That's made up of tons and tons and tons of people like that. I don't mean like that go out and kill people and whatnot like that they do on the show. I mean, just like, typical middle America blue collar folk. right? They don't give a fuck about your pronouns.
Oh, dude, I can confirm it's like that even in Chicago. Like,
Well, hell yeah,
outside
we're in the middle of the country, dude.
Dude, outside Chicago, they
outside of the cities,
really
you're right.
sold. They are really sold that everyone is like them. If they're not, they must be some redneck who rides a John Deere, and that's it. They think that if anyone who's not to the woke or left or intersectional feminist to them, they must be some garbage redneck type of thing. They truly believe that. They think everyone is like them, and they don't know how to have a conversation with people who don't have their thoughts. So it's like if you have a critique on like the Star Wars trilogy, they don't know how to talk to you, so they just assume that you're just this istophobism. And even if you can prove it that you're not, they will still talk to you like you are because they don't know how to have another conversation. They don't know how to have a conversation that's engaging. Like, I would actually like to have a conversation personally with someone who likes the movies and engage with them just to see why they feel that way, but most of them don't. It's really unfortunate because I would at least like to hear somebody out. It sucks, honestly. The more I think about it, it really sucks. And the thing is, you don't. The only way you're gonna ever understand it is when you get out of the bubble. Because I believe, as someone who used to live in the city, I didn't really think it was a big deal until about a year after I got out. Then I realized how bad the bubble is.
Yeah, in the bigger cities, it's that bad just about everywhere. Chicago, I'm sure Milwaukee and Madison are just that bad as far as around here.
Sure.
I'm sure every major metropolitan area in just about every state has gone completely woke. But that's how they managed to pull off, and I'm not trying to get political here, but that's how they managed to pull off this last 4 years. But anyhow, my point being here, and this is you're right, Nick, and I think the antithesis of what Yellowstone and some of these other shows is basically Velma, right? Like that is, the whole thing of that's bringing non-woke and woke folk together on it. This is bad. And I wish I could remember who it was who said it on our member stream that coined it so I could give them credit for it. But they said, if they're in the chat, please let me know if you remember. They said, this show's too fucking woke for woke people.
Oh man, I remember.
Yeah,
I don't remember
you were there, Culture. Yeah. It's like you're fucking right. It is this might be the thing to bring everybody together to say, okay, enough's enough. This is going too far. We have no more excuses at this point.
Right. Because sometimes someone is so says they're on your side, but they're so wackadoodle and crazy. They don't do your side any favors. You're get off of my side, would you please?
Yeah, and it's Mindy Kaling of all people that may be the linchpin of this whole fucking
the unifier.
Yeah.
She won't, not on purpose though either. She's just, she'll go in infamy as the one who fucked it up. But yeah, So woke squared, kind of. It outwokes the woke folks so much that the woke folk are like, yeah, that's just too woke.
Yes,
I feel like it would be woke cubed, but
I mean, that might be a show after people that are woke watch it go, oh, now I get why people fucking hate me.
Yep.
That would be nice. That would be nice. Tiger Valley asks, will Sheridan be looked back as one of the greats? I think so. I think between what he got noticed for with Sicario, the fact that he's got over 10 shows now in active development are on the air already. He's been the new Stephen Bochco or whatever you want to call him.
I think or if you want to go into the Wayback Machine, oh crap, his name just fell out of my head. He was an immigrant. Selznick.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a handful of greats that essentially could manage so many different things, and I mean, you still have the modern day. You still have to tip your hat to Lightning Bolt Tree guy that I always forget that did the Pirates movie.
Bruckheimer.
Yeah, Bruckheimer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because think about how many different versions of CSI he came up with and ran for all those years.
Well, I don't even know how hands-on he was with that. What I'm saying here with Sheridan, I give me more credit because he's actually writing.
Oh, he's writing and show running. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
To be fair, I mean, supposedly, when Bruckheimer gets involved with a project, he's pretty deep in it. He was on the set every day.
That's why I compare him to Bochco. And who was the guy that was behind the X-Files and all those hits back in the day?
Chris Carter.
Oh,
is that who I'm thinking of?
Chris Carter.
Yeah,
he actually wrote it and stuff. Yeah, because there's those showrunners and producers who don't do jack shit like Aaron Spelling.
right.
Well, Chris Carter.
And then there's the guys,
creator,
like
right.
Bochco and shit that are really hands-on. And what's his face with Stargate's another one too.
Yeah, I mean,
or
to be
not
honest with
Stargate.
you,
Which one am I thinking of? Babylon 5. Which one am I thinking of here?
J. Michael Straczynski would be
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I'm sorry, Babylon 5. Yeah.
yeah, you actually have to go back in time to find somebody who was so talented that they could do writing, direction, production.
Cannell was another one. Yeah, Stephen J. Cannell.
Yeah. But I was gonna suggest also was a woman, Lucille Ball with Desi.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's true.
She ran Hollywood for a long time.
But she was more of the producer type, not so much the story person. But yeah,
I don't know. A lot of those.
I mean, I don't know how much she did on Lucy, but I mean,
quite a bit. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, outside of that, she wasn't writing episodes of Star Trek, is what I mean.
No. But I mean, she was involved in a lot of stuff, man. Most people don't even know. I mean,
I think she produced because Desilu, anything on the end of it, wasn't that at the end of what shows like Andy Griffith was one of them, wasn't it?
That was Danny Thomas.
Well, that was Danny Thomas. You're right.
Yeah, it's one off.
So what ones were hers then? There was a few. You're right.
Oh yeah, Desilu. I mean, it was Mannix.
Mannix.
Well, here, let's look it up.
She was the Untouchables, Mission Impossible.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Star
Okay,
Trek.
All right.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, she did really, really well. And then of course they sold out to.
Well, that was also her husband at the
Paramount.
time too.
Paramount. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, and here's the thing. That's what I thought. Andy Griffith's show also had used the facilities at Desilu. I thought I saw that.
They did use those facilities. Yeah.
Yep, that's what it says here.
Yeah, and Floyd's barber shop was in the City on the Edge of Forever.
Gomer Pyle also is on here.
Oh,
Lassie.
right.
They use their facilities. It says here. Oh yeah, so yeah, there was a lot of shit here. That's cool. Yeah, I knew most of this stuff, but yeah, no, you're right in that respect, definitely. No, I think he will be one of those kind of guys that's looked back upon, especially considering he's kind of proved himself now with, Yellowstone and the other spinoffs that he's had. Who was also the guy who did Deadwood and stuff. That's another one he reminds me of more so too. What's his name? I forgot his name now. Somebody in the chat will get it. Hey, Matt Vader, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, Matt?
I saw you guys were streaming earlier. I don't know if you were.
Yeah, they were. They have a new show. They got a new Go show right now. They do a new Tuesday thing. It looks like
cool.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Yes, Mecha J is right though. Yeah, and it's just because he just writes good. David Milch, thank you, Steven. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, they just need to write more good stuff for actors. That's why Taylor's good. It's not that his stuff is like amazing writing wise. I mean, it is, but it's only amazing from the sense of that he writes good dialogue for actors, and it's really engaging dialogue, and it gets you in, and a lot happens. Right? He's not afraid to let shit happen. That's the other thing. He doesn't keep you hanging forever.
I saw a short today from Yellowstone, right? And it's not an episode that I remember, so it's got to be in one of the episodes I haven't seen yet. But where the young girl, kind of with a punk rock haircut that's dating the black guy, they go to a carnival, or like one of those traveling carnival things, right? And like he just doesn't look, and he's throwing balls through a target, and the dialogue there is so simple, but the scene is set up in a way that you can imagine this happening in anybody's town, where he's just throwing the ball into the hole in one of those carny games, right? And he puts 3 of them in the hole and wins her the prize, and she's like, and he's like, calm down, we're around kids, because she's trying to ride him right there at the carnival. It is, but you can see this because you can identify with all these characters. You identify with the moment. You identify with the surrounding. It's just, again, it doesn't have to be complicated in order to be satisfying. And I think he understands that. He really does. You know?
No, it's pretty much Godfather on a ranch, with a Shakespearean twist, basically. And D-Bud is. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to do a joke. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Do a joke.
Well, he says he prefers Jellystone starring Yogi Bear. I'd love to see Taylor take on Jellystone.
I mean,
Yogi Bear is so tired of the. Hey, boo boo.
I got a picnic basket, Mr. Ranger.
But Yogi, he took my pizza.
I'm gonna kill that son of a bitch, boo boo. I'm gonna get him.
For what it's worth, and I know I mentioned this on another show we were on, Tom, but I mean, Kurt Sutter was a good guy to learn from. You know, for the limited period of time that Taylor was a part of that show. Like, if he just paid attention.
Man,
because I feel like with Sons of Anarchy there was something there.
Hey, boo boo. Here's the thing: the Ranger's making a mistake. This has been my land longer than he's been here, and I'm sick of him controlling the picnic baskets. I don't know, Yogi. He's got a gun. Fuck that. I don't care. I'm a bear. I'm gonna fuck him up. Then we'll see who takes too many picnic baskets. I don't know, Yogi. Hey, you've always been a wuss. You're adopted, you fuck. That's mean, Yogi.
I don't want to watch Yogi Bear now. You got me in the mood.
He is smarter than the average bear.
Smarter than the average bear. This is my land. He's going to have to take it from me.
Oh, boy. Wow, we have Stallone Yogi now.
Hey, yo. I'm from Tulsa. Originally from New York, but, Marlon Brando as Boo Boo would be amazing. Hey, Yogi, I don't think you should just go taking the picnic baskets, Maybe you should be making the Ranger an offer, the one that he can't refuse, and then you get all the picnic baskets you want. If you get
Holy damn! My face.
Are you saying, Boo Boo, that the Ranger should be sleeping with the fishes? Well, I'm not saying it out loud, but you know what I mean.
Wow.
Christopher Walken is Yogi Bear. I had a picnic basket the other day. It was good. It's a good picnic basket.
Love it.
Had a tuna sandwich and some chips. Chips. Especially Lay's. Lay's chips are great. Yeah, that's about as much walking as I can do. I'm not as good as Brahma Bullet walking.
No, if Brahma was here, you guys could bounce on that for an hour.
Yeah.
We should be writing this down, Tom. This would be a great bit.
We should record it. Oh, it is.
Yogi Bear.
They're good for the soul. Except for when a bear comes along, takes your basket. It's wrong. Hey, fuck you walking, I'm taking this basket.
So Yogi is Stallone. Boo Boo. Okay, so who's Boo Boo?
That's Marlon Brando.
Marlon. All right, and who's the park ranger?
I don't know, maybe Danny DeVito.
Okay. That'll work for me. That works for me.
Yogi, put the goddamn basket down.
Park ranger.
Wow. I'm blown away.
Vito. I'm going to make
We've
this
had
happen.
17 picnic baskets stolen in the last 2 days, and 3 little girls are missing. I have a pretty good idea who did it. Hey, yo, those girls were just appetizers. And if you don't let me have more baskets, it's going to get worse.
Oh, damn. Oh, that's good.
They wanted to pet the bear. They learned the hard way.
That's it. Now we have Yogi Tom officially. We have Yogi Stallone.
So
Yogi
who was walking?
Yogi Stallone.
Walking was just there.
Oh,
I just
okay.
had a
well,
picnic
Just
basket.
walking through.
Oh, all right.
Megan J says,
walking.
"Look at how they massacred my picnic basket."
Somebody mentioned Ed Norton. What do you say there, Ralphie boy?
Wow.
That was almost better than mine. Yeah. Christopher Lloyd is Yogi. I don't know about that.
Or whatever he does.
I gotta come up with a way to get more picnic baskets. Maybe if I invented something.
It depends on which one. Sorry.
I have 1.21 gigawatts.
Give me Genesis.
Give me Genesis. Oh, 21.
Al Pacino is the ranger. I know you've been coming in here and taking baskets. And I'm going to tell you one more time. Stop taking fucking baskets. All right. No more baskets. End of discussion.
Stream of consciousness.
Samuel Jackson
This is recorded, so we can go back in time and make sure
we will. Yes, we will. Some of these I can't. I don't know if I could do a good De Niro. Yeah, no, not really.
No,
It always turns into. It always ends up turning into Marlon Brando. Richard Pryor's Yogi Bear. I don't know about that either.
Hey, boo boo, I got a picnic basket.
Oh wow, Stallone.
This wager, I'm gonna eat him too.
Stallone would make a good ranger, actually.
Oh,
Hey, Yogi, stop taking picnic baskets. Put the picnic basket down.
hey, pick that shit down. My food belongs to me. Get the fuck out that shit, bear.
This means we have nothing left to talk about, kids. That's what's going on here.
Don't worry, watch. We say this, and then Thursday or next Tuesday, we're gonna get slammed with something. That's usually how this has been the last few weeks.
Usually,
we'll have a show where like there's like one thing, and then boom, like comes the big bomb drop.
Someone will say something stupid, and there we go.
Oh shit. Oh, J-Law is Cindy Bear, of course.
Of course.
I don't know anybody you can do a J-Law voice. She's looking for work right now. I could probably ask her.
Yogi, this is such a bunch of bullshit. Like, you're the patriarchy of the park. And you feel uncomfortable.
Nice.
Wow.
I am going to totally take more biscuit baskets than you. All of a sudden, she's drunk Wisconsin girl.
Wow.
No, that's right.
I didn't take all your picnic baskets. What you fucking need to do? That's right. Nothing. Go Packers. That's right. Fuck you. Why? Because fuck you. That's right.
Nicolas Cage is who? Boo Boo or Yogi? Which one was it? I took the basket. Put the bear back in the basket.
Oh, I have that. Yeah.
Mark Hamill.
Put the bunny back in the box.
Put the bunny back in the box. Mecca J says Mark Hamill got himself into a bit of controversy. That's right. With the Wokies today for liking, I think this was yesterday, actually.
Yesterday, yeah.
Liking a J.K. Rowling tweet. Thoughts on that? Oh, they're going to start eating themselves alive, basically.
Right.
It's inevitable. That's where I think that, like, yeah, we're getting there. It's getting to that point. They're starting to realize that this shit is not going to... They're going to start canceling too many of their own, and it's just not going to work out too well.
Yeah.
And Hamill's only making it worse. He could have just never done anything.
Just don't acknowledge it.
Never said anything. Yeah. He could have never done or said anything.
Did he
Nope.
apologize or some shit that I
What'd he say?
missed?
What'd he do?
He said
he
that
done for me.
he said something along the lines of that Twitter lacks nuance, which he's not completely wrong on. It does. But the fact is, he engaged with such a dumb thing, and then he was trying to clarify what he meant. I'm like, oh, he just dug himself to the grave because now it doesn't matter what he says. Like people are going to be like, oh, well, you still did it, like, and that's what happens when you cater to that crowd. Like,
Never
they eventually
apologize.
hold you to such an impossible standard that. Eventually no one can just live up to it. And Mark Hamill had his step out of line moment, and now he's getting eaten.
Good.
He does. It is karma for him. It's just like, it's amazing how these people they refuse to learn. But I guess that's what you get. They get when if there's one thing I've learned with these type of loonies, they don't want to think that they ever got anything wrong. So they just keep telling themselves that they're doing the right thing. And that they're listening to the ones who would tell them what they need to do. They can't.
They're on the right side of history.
Themselves. Yep.
They're really not.
Quotation marks. Quotation marks on right.
ActionCom says, didn't Jimmy Kimmel joke that the Oscar host gig was a crap job?
Mhm.
I didn't hear that, but I wouldn't be surprised. And he stepped on a bee.
Mm. That'd be great. Can we get Amber Heard to step on a bee?
Can we get Amber Heard to host the Oscars?
With Jimmy Kimmel. That's
with Jimmy Kimmel.
Right.
In a cage match.
And Amy
with
Schumer.
A bee. Hey, let's not go crazy here.
I'm
Amy
trying to make
Schumer
this
might
the
consume,
bottom of the filth. I'm trying to make this the bottom of the filth.
She might consume both of them on live television. You realize?
Well, now we have to.
Oh man, the dude that created Sesame Street died.
It's too bad.
He was 93.
Wow. Well, lived a long life, evidently.
Good. Yeah, man. Damn.
We really don't have anything to talk about.
Well,
not really.
Yeah, the Great Elise thing, I couldn't even find that much on her, but
we could get into like drama and shit. I mean, other than that, all I can say is, I support Britney and quartering on what they're going through right now. The rest of the drama, I don't want to comment on. I don't give a shit or know half the people in it.
Don't blame you.
Yeah, don't blame me.
And the other drama, I'm not getting involved with. And the other drama, I just don't care.
Does that show you, like, it's unfortunate that the things that there are to talk about are things outside this realm. It's just like, bro, no. And that's the thing, like, with the comic shop show I did last Friday night, we usually do it. We've been having a very good show the last several months, but we had, I guess you could say, even better than normal. We had people come to our chest saying, I'm so glad I'm not hearing about, let's just say, insert current topic, because I'm not even going to name drop it.
Right.
And people are just relieved to just not to go everywhere to see it.
Exactly, Lisa. Drama fatigue. Well, I don't even like getting into any drama. Period.
Yeah. You know what's funny?
I'm glad you don't like it. I'd be like, what?
I'll listen to other people's drama, but I don't get involved.
Oh, that's a wholly different than get.
What are you saying, Culture?
Nothing. Just I was only going to add that some of the behind the scenes conversations that we have from time to time before or after shows, everybody's kind of like, why are we even bothering to cover this? It's not, nobody's winning here. There's no good, there's no bad, there's just dumb. And I don't cover any of that. I don't like to cover dumb.
Culture?
Yeah.
Who's dying in your fire?
Oh, the infidels.
The infidels.
Infidels, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they show up at my door, and they don't want people to win in my casino, so I make sure they find the fire.
How dare you?
You're welcome here in that fireplace anytime, Greta.
You know what? Let's have some fun.
I'll say her script writers.
Let's end the show with The Witcher Polka. What do you guys say?
Oh yeah, I love that. That is like the best thing I think I've seen that's not Weird Al in a long time.
Correct the mundo.
Ready?
Yeah.
Have you seen this, Clobby?
Oh, it's so good. Clobby, you're going to love this.
I think so.
I don't even know shit about The Witcher, and this still made me laugh. All right, let's check this out if you haven't seen it. Thank you, Paul Chat.
when a humble bard graced the ride along with Geralt of Rivia. Along came the song from when the White Wolf fought a silver-tongued devil. His army of elves at his hooves they did revel. They came after me with masterful deceit. They broke down my loot and they kicked in my teeth. While the devil's horns minced our tender meat, and so cried the Witcher that he can't be bleed. Hey, toss a coin to your Witcher, oh belly of plenty, oh belly of plenty. Oh, toss a coin to your Witcher, oh belly of plenty. Toss a guy a coin. At the edge of the world, fight the mighty horde that bashes and breaks you and brings you the morn. He thrust every elf far back on the shelf, high up on the mountain from whence it came. He wiped out your pest, got kicked in his chest. He's a friend of humanity, so give him the rest. That's my epic tale, a champion prevailed, defeated the villain, now pour him some ale. Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh belly of plenty, oh belly of plenty. Oh, toss a coin to your Witcher, a friend of humanity. Don't be annoyed, toss the coin, he's a friend of humanity. Hey!
I'm friends with a manatee. What? Makes no sense.
Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh belly of plenty, oh belly of plenty. Oh, toss a coin to your Witcher, a friend of humanity.
Yes, that was from Mr. Paul Chato.
That's
Toss
fantastic.
a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty.
The Witcher
Oh,
poker.
valley of plenty. Whoa.
You can find
Love
that
it.
on his channel. So
That's
yes,
great.
do check that out.
Dude,
So
Paul's awesome. Paul's
Klobby, anything going on
Yes.
that you want to plug?
Well, if I get my technical issues sorted out, I'll be my Wednesday night
Yeah.
show, Wildcard Wednesday, if I'm able to swing that. And then all my shows are 9 p.m. Eastern Central, sorry. And Thursday night, the Clubhouse with Raquel and Mark. And then obviously I'll let Nick explain the show we're doing on Friday night, but I'll be on my friend Dadman's Walking show Friday night, talking NFL playoffs. And then Saturday night Star Trek, of course, continues with 4 more episodes of Deep Space Nine and reviewing all of Real Trek. So thanks for having me, buddy.
As
Appreciate
always, we appreciate having you. Nick Weiser, we got True Lies coming up here. I don't know if I'm going to make it tonight, but I'm definitely making
Okay.
it next week.
Okay. Hey, no sweat,
but,
man. If you can't.
True
Next week
Lies
will be
with
fun.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis. It's directed by James Cameron.
When he was good. Yes. No,
Oh, he's good. It's
obviously,
his last
yes.
good movie.
When he had
True
testosterone.
Lies, and then and when Arnold's Arnold. That's gonna be an hour and a half. That's gonna be fun. Obviously, it'll be me, 70s, Geary, and Mark in red shirt. So us 5 humans are gonna have a gay old time and have a great show talking about Arnold and his muscles. And of course, on the Comic Shot Talk, like Lobby said, we're continuing our week by week review of each individual issue of the Infinity Gauntlet story with issue number 4 this week. And I should have a video out Thursday morning as well. So yeah, of course you can find me here Tuesdays and Thursdays. So yeah, thank you for having me, Tom and chat. Thank you for being here and for being you, and always good to hang out with Culture, Clawby, and 70s as well.
Oh, we love having you, and I would love to show up, but I have not seen True Lies in like 20 years, and that's James Cameron's fault. It's because he refuses to sign off on a release. So maybe we'll luckily get it this next year. We're supposed to, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I would love to otherwise, but I have not seen it since it was VHS days.
Wow.
So yeah, Culture. What's up?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, man? I'm glad I got here at the beginning of the show because
You showed up.
I got done
You're
working
here.
early.
I can't yell at you for a day.
Yeah, that's right.
You
Let's see.
can.
I got the. It doesn't matter if I'm here or not. You still yell at me. It's fine. It's okay. But I mean,
I was very nice to you this episode.
that's actually true. Yeah. You had lots of character voices to do, so you were too busy doing that. Yeah. No,
I didn't bash you at all.
no, Okay. Anyway, let's see. I got 6 minutes there tomorrow. I got a video coming out. Grant's been crushing it with the video editing. We got some stuff that Tom and I are going to work on the next couple of days for a special we're planning for Comics Division. And apparently now I have a new animated segment where we're going to put together the Jellystone thing. So that'll be a good time. And let's see what else. Yeah. And then I'm going to be on the Midnight's Edge in the morning thing with these great guys over on Midnight's Edge that I like a lot. So, I mean, well, maybe I won't be. I'm going to try to be. I'm going to try to be there tomorrow. And that's it. I don't know. What else you got going on?
I don't know. We got Midnight's Edge in the morning, first and foremost. Other than that, we'll see. Tomorrow, Wednesdays are generally a pretty busy day for me.
I know.
4K for you, all that other good stuff. So we'll see.
You should have just called that Fork You.
We'll fork you too.
No. Oh, all right. I was trying to give you a snappy name.
Fork you. I don't know. Sounds a bit aggressive.
It is, but it's also funny.
All right. Well, with that, we'll see you later, I think.
I got molested in a little boy's room.
All right.